By the end of this video, you're going to learn how to generate more lawn care clients for your lawn care business using Facebook's hidden little gem, the Facebook lead ad. Now our starting point is going to be the Facebook's Ads Manager. So this is the place where all the campaigns are going to get created, all the ads usually get managed and optimized on the back end of Facebook. And if you are a small business owner and you have your own lawn care business page, you should have a Facebook Business Manager. So once you're in the back end of Facebook Business Manager, what you want to do is click on Create. This is going to take us to the dashboard where we're going to create our Facebook campaign so that we can start to generate more customers for your lawn care business. Now, this section is broken down into 3 parts. At the very top level, you have a campaign. This is the type of thing that you want to do on Facebook. At the ad set level is who you want to show it to. And then the ad really is all about what you want to show and what you want people to do. So the very first step in getting started is to select the consideration. Now for consideration, you want to choose lead generation. Once you choose lead generation, you'll have some more options that show up at the very bottom. Name and then budget are the ones to keep in mind. What you want to do is just give it a name, something that actually, makes sense. I'm going to be marketing to a specific city, so I'm going to name it the name of my city. It doesn't really matter. It just has to make sense to you. As far as the budget goes, you can start with as little as $2 to $3 per day. I recommend you give yourself a budget of $5 a day and then see what happens. You can always scale it down or turn it up if things are working out for you. Once you click continue, you're going to be taken to the ad set level. This is really about choosing who you want this to be shown to. So the very first thing you have to do is make sure that you're in the correct Facebook business page. So if you have more than one page, you're going to want to click this arrow and make sure that you are advertising on the correct page. Now, if you notice that below the page, there is a message that says that I've already accepted the lead ad terms of this page. That's because I've already created lead ads for this specific page. If this is your first time creating them, your message might say that you have to accept the terms instead of view them. In which case, just click accept terms and follow the 2 checkboxes that show up and you'll be good to go. Once you've done that, scroll down to the audience section of the page. This is where we'll select who we want this to be shown for. Now, for a local service-based business, you really want to be targeting within a 10-mile radius of the city that you work in or the specific city. So the things to check off here are locations, and you want to make sure that you are showing this to people who live in a specific location. And the next thing you want to do is type in whichever service area you have. So for this case, I'm going to be marketing to people who live in Sugar Land, Texas. Now you have a few options here. You can choose a radius of up to 50 miles from one location or down to 10 miles, or you can choose a select city. So what I'm going to do is just market to people within that city only. I don't want a radius. I want within that city. Now this may vary for you depending on how far out you do business. Now, if you scroll down, you're going to have some more demographic information. We want to get as close as possible to who we think is going to be most likely to buy our stuff. So for lawn care services, 18-year-olds are probably not going to be your best customers. So you can choose something like 30 to 65 and give it a broad range. Leave male and female alone unless your message is specifically generated or geared towards one gender or the next. You want to leave languages alone, and detailed targeting also can be left alone. Now you want to come down to where it says placements. In order to avoid wasted money and in order to avoid our ads to show on low quality sources, we want to edit where we show our ads. So you want to click on edit placements, and 90% of the traffic for Facebook and Instagram come from mobile devices. So what you want to do is eliminate desktop so that you have your mobile device as the source of traffic. You want to then uncheck everything except for news feeds and marketplace because this is the highest quality traffic. You want to uncheck Instagram, okay, uncheck stories and anything else that might be in this box. The only thing you want on here is newsfeed and marketplace. Once you've done that, scroll all the way down to the optimization and speed control sections and spending control sections. Leave that blank. There's no need to touch any of that. Click continue, and now you're going to be taken to the ad section. And this is where you'll create your images, you'll create your offer, and a few other things. So you have two formats to pick from. Initially, when you're getting started, just use single image or video, unless you're a little bit more advanced. Now scroll down to the media section. If you have an image like I have here, just go ahead and clear that so that you have these three options that are available in the media section. What you then want to do is just add media and choose an image. Now, here's a quick tip. If you have a video of people working, your crew, creating landscaping or mowing lawns or doing whatever type of service that you offer, you might want to include a little clip of that, because those are going to typically convert much better than images. But if you do not have that, just click image, and this is going to open up the image library. Now, these are images that I've uploaded myself. So for you, if this is the first time you're doing this, this might be blank. But if you have images on your cell phones, if you have pictures of your crew, jobs that you've worked, you can upload them here and select from one of those images. In the event that you don't have one, it's totally okay. You can come to account images here on the left hand side, hit the arrow, and then you can pick from stock photos. All you have to do is type in your service or a keyword that can generate images that are related to the thing that you're selling. Now that I've selected my image, you can see what it's going to look like on a mobile newsfeed. However, there are still some pieces of this ad that are missing. We're missing the primary text, the headline, and the optional description if you want to add that. This is where your offer comes in. It's important that if you are crafting a great offer, you call out your ideal target market. You tell them exactly what they're going to get, how that solves their problem, what benefit they're going to get from it, and you tell them what they need to do to get that. If this is your first time creating offers, you can check out this video right here. There's a link in the description that shows you exactly how to create amazing offers. But for right now, I'm just going to create one on the fly. We're going to call out our audience, Attention Sugarland, and we're going to tell them what they're going to get. Don't spend all your weekend doing yard work. Let us do the heavy lifting for you. We're going to say save 50 off your service today. Click below to claim. We're going to add a limiting here, limited time, limited to the first 30 people. Okay, so now we've called out our audience. We told them exactly, the reason why they're doing this. This is what we're selling. We're selling the outcome of something. We're telling them how this is going to benefit them because they're going to save $50, and we're telling them that this is limited to the first 30 people and what they need to do to actually claim it. Now this gets put right here, but we're still missing a headline. This is what you want to do here. Okay, book relax. Okay, so that's the optional description. You can have it or you don't have to, but this is what the ad is going to look like. Now once this is done, the other option you have is to select the call to action. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to say get offer. You can say book now, or you can say claim. Any one of these will work, whichever is closely related to the thing that you're offering. So for right now, I'm just going to choose get offer. That is going to change this button here on the right hand side and put it there. Now once this is done, we have to have a way for people to give us their contact information to become an actual lead so that we can bring them into the sales process. This is where Facebook lead ads shine, because it doesn't require any external landing page. It doesn't require fancy expensive software. It doesn't require memberships of any type in order to make this work. It works out of the box. It provides for a great user experience because you're keeping people inside of the platform, which Facebook likes, and in turn it will reward you with lower cost per lead, okay? But in order to do that, we have to create a little form. This form actually opens up inside of Facebook. So what you want to do is click on create form. And the very first thing you'll want to do is name this form. And for me, I'm just going to name it Demo Lawn Care for right now. Very first step after is to name the form. The second thing you want to do is click on settings. This is super important because you want to make sure that the sharing options are set to open. If you leave it as restricted, people who share this form on their Facebook page, the people who actually see the shared post will not be able to enter and give you lead information, which you want. Now you have types of form. You have volume or you have higher intent. You want to make sure just leave it alone at higher volume if you want to get as many leads as you possibly can. Now for the intro piece, you want to shut that off because it's too much information. Go to questions and expand that. And this is where we'll create the headline. This is make sure that everything is congruent. Say 50 off your lawn service today, claim below. Okay, very simple. As far as lead information, you'll get to play around with this a little bit and ask for whatever you want. In this case, I'm asking for a name, an email, and I also want their phone number. So I'm going to choose phone number here. It's important to note that Facebook will automatically fill this information onto this form. So this is information that is actually stored from people. So it's usually the right one. It prevents, people from putting false information in most cases. This is what the user, the consumer, is going to see when they click on your ad. Next thing you want to check is private policy, and Facebook requires a privacy link, and you can link to your website. Okay. Private, and that basically just puts a little private policy link that people can click on if they choose to. Now, once somebody submits, they're going to get a thank you page, a little thank you message here. You want to take advantage of this thank you message because if somebody took the time to submit the entire form and got to this section here, you have their undivided attention. So this is a perfect time to create an upsell offer and have people come to you as opposed to you chasing them. So you can just say something like almost there, save an additional 10% by booking in the next 10 minutes. Click the blue button to book now. Okay, this is what I want. And so then what I'm incentivizing these people to do is to actually call me instead of just forgetting about me and closing this form out. So I can choose the button. I can choose what I want them to do. I can say call business, and then I can say something like save 10% by booking now. Okay, and I can enter a phone number there. And this is it. Now, here's the entire process. Somebody's going to see your ad. They're going to click on it. They're going to be shown this screen. This is going to pre-fill this information. They're going to click next. They're going to submit that info, and they're going to be taken to this page where they'll have the option to call you to book your services or to speak to you for whatever reason that they need to. Now, how do you get this lead information? Where does where does this go after they submit? Well, I'm about to show you right now where to actually claim that. If you go to the Facebook business page that you set up the advertising for, on the very top menu bar or toolbar, you're going to click on more and you'll go to publishing tools. Within publishing tools on the left hand toolbar here, you're going to scroll down to where it says lead forms, and you're going to click the section that says Forms Library. This is going to bring you to a forms library that contains all the lead forms that you've made. Now remember when you named this one earlier in the training, what you'll do here is you'll see the amount of leads that are coming through, and you'll just kind of want to download the leads here and click download leads. Now this is going to download in a CSV file. It's going to contain all the information that you asked for, the person's name, their email address, phone number, and any other info that is connected to that lead. And at that point, you can choose to call them, email them back, text them, do whatever you want with that. Now, if you want to make the process automated, there is a way for you to actually send yourself or have Facebook message you the leads in a text message in real time so that you don't miss out on any sales and appointments that come through the ad. Now, in order to see how that's done, I created another video. You can check that out right here. I also have a link to it in the description where it allows you to send SMS notifications to yourself from these lead ads. Now, I created an entire mini course that walks you through the entire step-by-step process of creating a profitable lead generation ad. You can find that with a link in the description. And if you're a small business owner that just wants somebody to do it for you, you don't want to have to deal with this stuff, there's also a link down there in the description where you can apply to work with me one-on-one. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on more videos that are going to walk you through strategies that help you grow your small business.